If you're the co-host of the Kenan and Kel with Adam and Aaron podcast and you're wearing a backwards hat, then that means your name is Aaron, which means you are me.
And if you're a co-host of the Kenan and Kel with Adam and podcast and you don't wear hats, your name is Adam, and you're me.
And if you are either of us, then congratulations on your... what episode is this, Adam?
I don't know if we count them anymore.
Okay, I don't know if we ever counted them. This is episode 75.
This is a season 5 episode something or another of Kenan and Kel with Adam and Aaron.
Da 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 da. Adam, what are we doing this episode? Because of course we've gone through the entire canon, and we've done a couple other different ideas. So what are we doing today?
Today, we are going to be writing a classic episode of Kenan and Kel. That's an episode of Kenan and Kel that would take place somewhere in the first 4 seasons.
Somewhere in the Kenan and Kel universe. So we wrote an episode, we jammed it in somewhere where it didn't belong, and we kind of pretended that we were writers of the show, that we made a script, and we have a plot idea and a concept, and we threw some jokes in, and we kind of built a story in the Kenan and Kel world. And you have one, I have one, and we're going to share them together at this juncture of podcasting virtually forever Kenan and Kel world.
Well, this is definitely part of the test, you know? This is us like, it's like a reading comprehension exam. It's like we've watched the whole show. So now it's like, can you like crank the machine and produce?
Can you actually make an episode? Yeah.
I do not have any Kenan and Kel news this week, but I do have an apology, specifically to Kim Bass, Kevin Coppolo, Heath Seifert, Greg D. Shelton, Dan Schneider, Steve Holland, Wayne Connolly, Alex Reed, Amy Berg, Sharon Sussman, Burt Wheeler, Steve Freeman, Jonathan Green, Gabe Miller, Paul Dell, Stephen Weiss, Linda Yearwood, Eric Bowers, Neil Brennan, Magda Liolis, Ross Venokur, Deka Herman, Gregory Shelton, Nick Cannon, Jerry Colker, Mason Gordon, and Kenan Thompson, the writers of Kenan and Kel. I am sorry that we have spent so many episodes trashing your work, smack talking what you put on paper. This is very, very hard and tough to do. I mean, this is like a part-time thing. Like, I don't think either of us are devoting our full energies to this, or a full week or whatever they had to pull these off. But props to them, hats off to them. It's very hard to write an episode of Kenan and Kel. It's not. It looks easy, but it's not.
It's hard to do it. I didn't even try. I'm gonna be honest. Adam, what percentage are you done?
I'm pretty far along. I mean, I don't have a lot of. I have some quotes. There's a lot of just descriptions of scenes and a few bits in there. Probably like 70 to 60% of a full episode.
It's pretty raw. Mine's probably more like 60%. Yeah. But of course, we're not professionals at this. We're amateurs, right? Amateur means lover of. We're amateur Kenan and Kel writers. We love the show, and we tried to write an episode. My hope is that this activity maybe inspires some creative minds out there to maybe send in their own episodes, or if they want, like if some of the fantas listening online want to come on the show and share their episodes too. Everybody should give this a shot, because if you've been following this long, why not? It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
I think I have a pretty good idea for an episode. I'm excited to hear yours.
My takeaway from this is that I ended up writing a very average episode of Kenan and Kel. Like, I didn't write a 10 out of 10 one. I wrote one that I would probably give like a 7 to.
That's pretty funny.
But I think it's undeniably K&K.
That's pretty funny. I don't know what I would rate mine. I didn't finish it, okay? So I'm sorry, everybody. I should have finished it. We had a lot of time, and I bluffed it.
Well, it took me about 2 days ago is when I finally got my idea, my concept. I put it on. I'm like, that's a good backup idea if I don't come up with anything else.
And that is the idea. That's what happened to me too.
I went to bed. I took a half day actually, just to catch up on some sleep and stuff like that. And when I woke up, all the lines were in my head for the episode.
Nice.
I slow cooked it overnight.
Nice. Yeah, no, that's what I did. I came up with the idea probably sometime last week and then kept thinking of better ideas or ideas that I would hope were better, and nothing really stuck. So I went with the one I came up with. And then, yeah, I just kind of like came up with what I think would happen in I know Kenan and Kel. I know the characters. What I think would happen, and then also a little twist of, well, if I was creating a TV show for kids, what would I want to include? And so I think I actually threw in some lessons in there because
that's fun.
Some of my favorite things from our show were talking about the things that were real that we just like wrote over top of Kenan and Kel, like the power counter and
Sure.
and Kenan's responsibility complex and all that stuff. So I kind of threw like some of that into the theme of the episode, but also just made it outrageous. So
That's good.
I don't know. I think I put some personality in it, but I'm excited to hear yours.
Yeah, well, let me get right into it. So you can guess what season this is from as we go along. But the name of the episode is "Don't Fret It."
Okay.
All right. So Kenan and Kel emerge on stage. Kenan has short dreadlocks and an oversized button-down shirt. Kel is wearing 2 large overalls and a shirt that is 5 different colors.
Okay, that's not helpful to deciding what season it is. Short dreadlocks would mean we're in the season 2, 3.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll narrow it down. Welcome to the Kenan and Kel program. My zip code is Kenan. The audience cheers. And you can find me at the coordinates Kel. Kel has a cool act that he wants to share with the audience. He exits stage left, and a man dressed as Kel rides a unicycle across the stage while juggling multiple bowling pins. He rides back and forth, everyone cheers, and Kel re-enters from stage left. Kenan says, "Kel, that wasn't you. That was some adult man dressed like you." Oh, Kel says. "Yeah, I can't ride the unicycle, but I can juggle." And Kenan says, "Save your talents for tonight's show. Now, come on, wheelie." "Kenan, can't we just sit here and watch that guy do stunts instead?" "Kenan, I thought he looked like me." "Kenan, oh, here it goes." So, how's my voice so far?
Great opening.
All right.
Very good voice. I also made a very relatable opening scene. I think that was probably the most fun.
I like the ones that tie in. I like the ones that have that like hint at something that's going to come.
Yep.
Scene 1, Capone High School, hallway, late afternoon.
All right, I'm glad you went to school.
Kenan is wearing a polo shirt with a white collar and 4 blue checkered quadrants.
This is season 3 material.
It's season 2 material.
No, okay.
Yeah. And here's yet your other hint. He opens his locker and his papers fall over the floor. As he's picking them up, Kel runs into him. Antics, whatever. Janet is there, and she calls out for Kel to help her hang a sign. It's for a talent show next week. Kel thinks it says violent show and starts to panic. Kenan says, "No, you doof, it says talent show. You know, when a bunch of loser kids perform in front of the whole school." Janet talks about how she's wrote poems to share. Kenan mocks her by saying, I'm Janet. I have a normal number of amoebas in my body." Or whatever nonsense he ever says about her.
Hey, Janet.
Janet accuses Kenan of being jealous because he has no talents of his own. She leaves, and "I'll show her," Kenan declares. He asserts that he will bring the house down with his talents. He starts to think about it, and he's coming up empty. The transition is the talent show poster waving away in the wind.
Awesome. Awesome.
We go to scene 2, which is in Wrigley's grocery store.
That's so classic.
Thanks, I thought it'd be a nice
Nice
touch.
touch. Yeah.
Kenan is trying out various talents with little success. I didn't write anything here. Maybe he's like trying a puppet show. Maybe he's trying different bits.
Where are we now? Are we at Rigby's?
Rigby's, yeah.
Okay.
He's got his apron on, and Chris comes in from the back, and he says, "Oh, Chris, I've got something to tell you, some stand-up comedy. What kind of pizza do you order for a cow on the moon?" And Chris thinks for a second. He says, "Double cheese?" Kenan gets angry and says, that settles it. I'm a boy with no talents. Chris says, Kenan, that's not true. For example, I know you have a talent for reorganizing the back room while I'm gone. Kenan's like upset by this, and Chris says, now if you'll excuse me, Mother and I have scuba lessons to attend. He runs into Kel, who's coming into Rigby's. Awesome. Yeah, this is a perfect Chris line. He runs into Kel, who's coming in. Oh, Chris, Kel says, I want to ask you if I could have some orange soda out of the cooler. then Chris is like, since when do you ask me if you can have orange soda? And Kel pauses for a second. He's like, you're right, Chris, my bad. And then he goes to the fridge. He says, so Kenan, have you discovered your talent yet? No, Kenan says. And Kel kind of ignores him and says, I'm going to burp the alphabet with orange soda. He proceeds to drink a lot of the orange soda liter and burp a few letters through the alphabet, getting them in the wrong order.
That's awesome.
He says, I need more practice. Several bubble letters come onto screen as they pop, transitioning into the next scene. We're in the back room of Rigby's for scene 3. Where Chris's office is.
I love that. I'm glad you threw that room in. That's great.
There's more boxes than usual. They're like large, and Kenan's like sorting things through, like kind of mumbling to himself about how he's got no talents. As they're cleaning, Kel discovers a guitar case that has inside of it an acoustic guitar. Meanwhile, in the front of the shop, a pretty girl enters Rigby's and is looking for someone to help her at the register. Kenan shouts that he'll be there in just a minute. Kel does what he always does with musical instruments and starts playing like a savant. Kenan gets frustrated and takes the guitar away from him. And, he's mad that he's just showing off all his penchant for talents.
I think I know where this is going.
He moves to the front of the store, and the girl believes that it was him playing the guitar very well. Kenan takes the credits, gloats a bit about his skills, introduces himself. The girl's name is Maxine. That's a lovely name, Kenan says. In fact, I'm going to write a song about you, because I'm a musician and all. She realized that she forgot her purse in the car and leaves to go get money from her dad. As she leaves, Kenan cheers about how girls love musicians. He forgot about that. And Cal points out that he was playing the music, not Kenan. Kenan insists that while he doesn't know how to play now, Cal can teach him how to by next Friday for the talent show. He's got a good plan together. Maxine re-enters, followed by her father, a large, angry man talking on his cell phone. He does not have a name. He's just Maxine's father. He hangs up his phone, infuriated. I can't believe it. Tamia caught pneumonia, and now she won't be able to perform at the musical Chicago youth exhibit.
No.
Mr. Facilio is going to have my head for this. Kenan here is an incredible guitar player, Maxine says. No. You should debut him instead. So Kenan tries to decline the request, but he finds himself unable to say no, as he is invited to perform at the Art 1 gallery tonight.
Oh my god.
The two leave. So Kenan starts panicking. He's like, okay, same plan as before. You'll just have to start teaching me immediately. He gives the guitar to Kel. Kel plays another beautiful melody, and he passes it to Kenan. Kenan is unable to recall or recreate what Kel did. Imagine fumbling and messing up. They realize this isn't going to work without a second guitar. Now, where are we going to get a second guitar? The transition is the guitar in Kenan's arms turns into a different guitar in the next scene.
That's a great transition.
Scene 4, we cut to the Rockmore living room, where Roger is polishing an acoustic guitar before carefully mounting it on the wall. As you recall from, Two Heads Are Better Than None, Roger, guitar player.
Perfect. You're just peppering that in before the final.
Yeah, I'm hinting at it. I'm making the movie better by having it pay off things that happened.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So Cheryl's getting mad at him for hanging up his instrument instead of getting ready for their night out. Kenan and Kel enter, and I didn't write out all the details of the scene, but Kenan and Kel enter and try to take the guitar from Roger without him noticing. They fail. Kenan makes a poor excuse. Roger refers to the guitar as Jessica, a name that Cheryl does not approve of. Eventually, Cheryl pushes Roger out the door, and they remind Kenan that he better stay here because he's grounded from the previous weekend. Nice. Again, that's all flavor, no details here. Kenan and Kel look at each other before ripping the guitar off the wall and running out the door. So this is our commercial break. Nice job so far. Thank you. Are you intrigued? Do you know where this is gonna go?
I do. I'm sensing some. Isn't there a Drake and Josh episode with like fake arms, and doesn't? Am I mad? Is this a dream that I had?
No, there's some bits there. You might be thinking of with the performance, the Soul Man performance that they do.
Yeah. What isn't there one where like Drake is standing behind Josh and his arms are in front playing the guitar? Isn't that?
Oh, that is an early season 1 episode, isn't it? Huh. I didn't look. It was so hard to not pick a Drake and Josh episode for this plot. Well, it's because not only we have a tougher job than the writers of Kenan and Kel did,
because there's so much we can't repeat,
and so much that's come after. Drake and Josh, iCarly, and like a lot of the this family of sitcoms.
All the ideas they couldn't use for Kenan and Kel, they used later on.
Yeah. So, and some they are doubled up, some are tripled up. It's just really well tread ground. So yes, I seem to have stumbled into a Drake and Josh plot. But I think I'm going to key in Kel
right into it. I think you need to continue where you're going though, because I don't think Tamia was in the Drake and Josh plot.
No. In the Art One Gallery instrument room, Kenan and Kel are wearing nice button-down shirts, practicing playing guitar. The room's full of like different kinds of cymbals, drum sets. Percussion instruments and woodwinds, all that stuff. Kel is struggling to teach Kenan. Kel says, "Who knew it took more than 2 hours to become a master musician?" Maxine and her dad show up and are excited to hear Kenan's performance. They let him know that he'll be on first. Maxine hopes that Kenan has finished writing the song about her and that he'll perform it. He says, of course. When they leave, he shrieks to Kel. As he does, like, ah!
I know.
Kenan, luckily, has a brilliant idea. They'll sing it in the rain, as I wrote here. They'll have Kel play the guitar behind the stage curtain.
Don't you mean singing in the orange soda?
Yes, singing in the orange soda. They'll have it that Kel plays the guitar behind the stage curtain. That way, Kenan can get all the fame and the girl without learning how to do anything. Kel says to him, or you can tell Maxine the truth. Never, Kenan declares. The two leave. Scene 6. In the gallery, and this is the same gallery as the Haven't Got Time to Paint that they go to. I figure we could reuse the set.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're even being economic.
I am, yeah.
Reuse the set that's been destroyed for 20 years.
Oh, no. My premise is that this was filmed in, 96, 97. Okay. Yeah. In the gallery, everyone is dressed sharp and ready for the show. There are many esteemed art patrons there. Maxine's dad introduces Kenan to his boss, the overly posh Mr. Facilio, who is looking forward to his performance.
Not Agno Gobloglian. Gosh darn it.
No, not that guy. Kenan gets into position on stage. Kel practices strumming, but as he does, he breaks one of the guitar strings. Kenan tells him to quick, get a new one from the instrument closet. Kenan stalls on stage in the meantime. He tries doing his comedy thing. He asks the audience, what kind of pizza do you order from a cow on the moon? And they all reply in unison, double cheese. Oh man, even here, Kenan grumbles. Scene 7. Kel enters the instrument closet. He walks over to another guitar and pulls a string from it and quickly, carefully connects it to his guitar, Jessica. That's the one that he has. He gives it a strum and nods, then walks carefully out of the room. Or so he attempts. He steps into a snare drum and tries to get off his foot. He falls back into a series of bells. He rolls a giant gong into the harp, which crashes onto him. Chaos ensues.
Oh my god.
Kenan continues to stall on stage until he hears a large racket. He ultimately looks down and says, "Oh, these aren't my shoes," and runs off. In the instrument room, Kenan helps Kel out of his predicament. Kel is now wearing an outfit composed of various instruments, almost like a one-man band. Like there's a drum broken over him. and like bagpipes tied to him. He's got like pipes and harps and everywhere. Yeah. So as Kenan helps him back onto stage, scene 8. In the audience, another couple has arrived for the musical Chicago Youth exhibits. The Rockmores.
No.
Good, we're just in time for the performance, Cheryl says as they take their seats. Several patrons are annoyed that Roger's sitting in front of them.
Nice touch.
Thanks. Kenan rushes onto stage, apologizes, and readies himself to perform. He's like, oh, 1, 2, 3. He notices that his parents are in the crowd and is so shocked. He falls back into the curtain, pulling them down, revealing Kel, dressed in hundreds of dollars worth of destroyed instruments. Don't worry, Kenan, Kel says. Jessica is safe. Kel trips on the fallen curtain and smashes Roger's prize guitar into pieces. My word, shouts Mr. Facilio. My instruments, shouts Maxine's dad. Kenan, shouts Maxine. Jessica, shouts Roger. Jessica? Asks Cheryl. Kenan looks across at all of them and all the trouble he's in. In a futile attempt to keep his promise, he begins strumming his guitar haphazardly, creating a discordant melody. Maxine, he sings in a cracking voice before running off stage. Kel follows behind him, instruments raining off his person. So now we go out to the curtain at the end of the show. The audience cheers as Kenan and Kel return to center stage. Both are wearing cool clothes.
Nice.
Applause if you've been entertained, Kenan prompts. The audience follows suit. Well, I'm glad we had fun too, Kel said. Fun? Kenan asked. Maxine wants nothing to do with me, her daddy wants to kill me, and my daddy wants to kill both of us. Kel says, not to mention you still don't have a talent for the talent show. Actually, Kel, I realized something today. I do have a talent. Oh, really? What is it? Getting us into trouble. So grab a bucket of crabs, some water balloons, and a giant magnifying glass and meet me at the talent show. Come on, Buster. Kenan, what kind of crabs? Snow? Sand? Hermit? Kenan! Trouble's not a talent. Kenan! Oh, here it goes. And that is... Don't fret it.
Nice job.
Oh, thank you. I had more of that together than I originally remembered.
Nice job. Nice plot summary essentially with some key pieces of verbiage.
Yeah, thank you. Everything fell into place just fine. I think it's a little light. Like if you wrote that on full script format, you might have to fatten up a couple scenes.
Right.
That was the vibe that I went for.
Nice. I like it. I thought you were gonna end up at the talent show.
No, you see, that's the thing. I introduced that late in the game just to kind of sow the seed that Kenan's looking for a talent.
I like that though. I like because Kel is so multi-talented and Kenan is just kind of a bloke.
Well, that is something that we see. We've seen him with the oboe and or was it the clarinet?
Yep.
And the violin, and he just knows them so perfectly. And there's no episode that really explores that in any sense. This one didn't really explore it, but it does pull it into attention again.
But there's room to explore it more, you know?
Oh yeah, there could be a line about him having music lessons,
or there could be this moment between Roger and Kel where Kel's asking him about his guitar and Roger starts to give Kel some instruction and talk about his guitar, and then he realizes it's Kel and then he gets all upset at himself.
I could picture that as soon as you start saying that.
Yeah. He's like, wait a second.
I think both you and I channel Kenan and Kel better than we might realize.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. Nice job.
My one concern was that it fits a lot of the same notes as a lot of season 2 episodes. Feels very much like the art one. There's a lot of the same elements to it, and ending up on stage, sad. Anyway, I'm glad you liked it.
I did like it. Yeah, I could imagine. I could imagine it being just like a. I don't want to say a safe, but a comfortable and comforting episode to watch in season 2,
Not a 10. Like a 7.
Yeah, probably 7.5, 8 in that range, which is pretty much all of them. All the good ones.
Yeah, that's the average score, so I win.
Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. All right, so red curtain, Kenan hops up on stage, but there's no Kel. So Kenan's looking around for Kel, and he opens up the curtain. and Kel is taking a shower in one of those pop-up showers, and he like doesn't have his. Is that a skit that's been done?
He's emerged on stage naked before.
Okay,
like by naked I mean like in his underwear. But I think if you give him like the shower cap,
yeah,
the rubber ducky, the bubbles,
rubber ducky's included. Yes. Okay, so he's showering. The audience goes crazy, obviously, and Kenan says, "Kel, why don't you get dressed and come out on stage?" And Kel goes, "Can I bring my ducky?" "Yes, come on, man." So Kenan's just kind of idling there, just kind of mumbling, and he's like a little irritated that he has to wait. And then Kel comes out on stage, and he's in a janitor costume. And Kenan goes, "Oh, what was I going to say before my hesitant partner caused an inconvenience? My name was Kenan," or something like that. And then Kel is brushing his teeth. Maybe he's in a bathrobe. I don't really know. The janitor costume, you'll see that in a second, but maybe that's too much of a giveaway. He's brushing his teeth, and then muffled, he goes, "My name is Kel."
Woo-hoo.
And then Kenan goes, all this cleaning has me thinking. Come on, Scrubby. And Kenan, I don't really like cleaning. Kenan, can my rubber ducky come? Kenan, oh, here it goes. Yeah, so what's going to happen?
Do you have a season in mind that this is set in?
This is, it could be 2 or 3, but I included Charla, so 3.
It has to be at least 3 then.
Yeah, it has to be at least 3. I just wanted Charla to be in it for a scene.
Yeah, how incredible the idea is usually tells us it's 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Like if the stakes are to the moon, then it's a season 4 episode.
Yeah, the stakes aren't that high, but the stakes are they get pretty. It's more like a season 2 episode, but I wanted to include Charla.
Oh, that's fine.
But I don't have to.
Oh, let's hear it.
All right, so enter stage Rigby's. There's boxes everywhere. There's cleaning supplies out, and so they're doing some cleaning. Chris says, "Well, that just about does it. Spring cleaning is almost over." And Kenan goes, "Finally," or "Thank God." Charla rolls her eyes. She says, "We should order some pizza to celebrate." Kenan says, "Oh, can you get me an extra large pepperoni with a side of yellow mustard? And sorry, Kenan, I'm only buying pizza for people who dusted more than one shelf."
Oh, burn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's all right. I'm about to head home. I'm feeling a little achoo! And he sneezes all over the surface that Charlotte was cleaning. I think she's cleaning the power counter just because why not?
Oh, sure.
And Charlotte drops her rag and says, "I'm out," and walks away, kind of, to the back room. In walks Kel. What's up, my Rigbos? Or something. I don't know. Kenan goes, "What's up? What's up is we've been cleaning in here for 8 hours straight. And I didn't even get paid yet." Chris goes, "Kel, can you help me with this?" Chris asks him to help clean something. And Kel says, "Sure." I don't know, like putting away some boxes. He does it incredibly fast. Or like organizing something or wiping something down. He does it really, really fast at warp speed. Just speed it up. Kenan goes, "How did you..." Never mind. So Chris is getting ready to pay Kenan. He goes, "Here you go, Kenan. 20, 40, 60, 80. And Kenan's glowing. And then Chris says, "However, I'll be deducting because of recent damages incurred by Rigby's." And then he starts listing different damages and starts taking away one bill at a time, which I think has been done before, but I think it would just be, because Kenan is literally having money taken away from his hand. And now Kenan is left with nothing. He says, "Man, this is ridiculous. I work all day and don't even get paid." And he's, pretty upset because he's very, very tired. And he's just having one of those days. And he goes,
"Oh, man, is he going on strike?"
"That's it, Chris. I've had it with all this cleaning and working and accidentally destroying a pewter cow. And I quit." Cal goes, "Yeah, I quit too." Chris says, "Cal, you don't work here." "Oh." "Kenan, if you quit, how are you going to make money? You don't necessarily have a strong work ethic." Charlotte comes back. She says, "Yeah, who in their right mind would hire you?" Because she hears the commotion, so she comes out from backstage. Kel says, "I would. Kenan's my best friend." Kenan, enraged, storms out, takes some snacks with him, and then Kel does the same thing and grab some snacks, and they walk out. They storm out together. So that's our opening scene.
Yeah, well, good way to start.
Okay, cool. All right, so the next we're at the Rockmores. Kenan walks in, throws his Rigby's apron on the ground, symbolically, and then sits on the couch, puts his feet up. Meanwhile, everybody's kind of running around the house, the Rockmores and Kyra, and they're cleaning. So Kenan sits down, and he just ignores them. He goes, man, what a day. Clearly exhausted from his output. Roger goes, Kenan, get in here and help your mother degrime the fridge. Kel, go upstairs and help Kyra with the windows. Kenan goes, whoa, what's all this? I've been working all day. Can't a boy just relax? Roger goes, I've been working all day too, son, but Grandma and Grandpa invited themselves over tomorrow evening for their birthday, for somebody's birthday, and your mother is in a bit of a fizzle, or is in a bit of a tussle, or some random word about cleaning. Cheryl storms in from the kitchen. She's wearing cleaning stuff. You know, she's got an apron. She's got rubber gloves on, and her hair's a mess. She's been working very hard. She's all sweaty. She goes, Kenan, get your butt in here. I am not waiting any longer. And Kenan goes, Mother, I've been cleaning all day. Kel says, I haven't, but I don't want to help either. Cheryl's clearly stressed. She says, Kenan, we've all been working. We've all been working, and now we're cleaning to get ready for your grandparents to visit. My mother has never approved of my house and has high standards, and I don't want to get yelled at tomorrow. So would you just do me a favor and degrime my fridge for me? Thank you. So it's like
I see what's being channeled here.
Yeah, I just figured, it makes sense here.
No, this is good. This is a good well to pull from. I don't play guitar. I have no affinity with the instrument. I don't know why I made that my focal points.
I'm just upset because I have to clean my apartment like all the time.
Yeah.
It's just like constant state of cleaning. This is crazy. I worked all day, so this is it. And Kyra goes, okay, gives him a big hug. Can you use your big, strong arms to help me with these windows? Kel goes, can I degrime the fridge instead? Kenan says, I'm not going up those stairs or something. And Roger says, wow, son, you really are ambitious. He picks up his Rigby's apron, which he threw on the ground. And why don't you hang this up? Because I swear, if you ever quit this job, I'll kick your butt. Because he's mad. He's mad that Kenan is just like lounging around and not helping them. But that's the sentiment.
Well, I get it. That's his excuse. Is that he's been working all day? So it's like if you're not if you can't complain about that if you're working.
Yeah, exactly. So Kenan's upset that he has to come home. He's been cleaning all day. Now he has to come home and clean more and prepare, and he's just not having it. But he has to do it, and Kel goes to help too. Cut to Kenan's room, where Kel is just kind of like hanging around and organizing Kenan's room. He's tucking his socks in. He's closing drawers. He's straightening out things on the wall. And Kenan crawls into the room. The door opens. He crawls. He's crawling. And Kenan goes from the ground. Points to the sky. That's it. I'm never cleaning again. Cal said, I don't know. I kind of liked it. Things get all shiny and luminescent. It's satisfying to be able to control something in this unpredictable world. To have a little bit of cleanliness goes a long way. Yeah, it's one of those moments.
Yeah, one of those Cal monologues.
Yeah. Kenan gives him a look. He goes, nope. I don't get paid for cleaning at work. I didn't get paid for cleaning at home. Why would I ever go out of my way to clean again? Kel goes, so what are you going to do so your dad doesn't kick your butt? Kenan says, oh, man. And he stands up. Oh, and he's like realizing that he just quit his job. I don't know, but he can't find out. Man, I got to figure out a way to make money. And then he goes over to his computer and he looks up how to make money.
There's lots of ways to make money. According to the internet.
Exactly. So Kel keeps straightening up, and Kenan is now at his computer. We got this great little scene, and Kenan goes, I got it. I'll become an entrepreneur. Or something along that.
Yeah.
Kel goes, whoa, what's that? I don't know, but basically, I'm going to start my own business so I can actually make some money. Kel goes, sounds exciting. What are you going to do?
I think Kenan would be very interested in becoming his own boss.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Not what will I do, but what will we do for and you, us. Kenan starts to twitch a little bit because he's so tired. But he's also kind of like scheming. He's got the scheming twitch. Kel says, I'm lost. No, Kel, you're not lost. You're right where you're supposed to be. Puts his arm around him. You and I are going to open our very own cleaning company. People pay top dollar for cleaning people. Oh, yeah, earlier when Roger was... there was a line I forgot to put in, but Kenan was basically going to ask Roger, hey, well, why don't we just hire a cleaning person? And Roger just goes, that's expensive.
Yeah. So
plant the seed. I forgot to plant the seed. But
that's good.
And Kenan goes, people pay top dollar for cleaning people. All we have to do is knock on some doors and ask people if they want their houses cleaned. They pay us, and we'll be rich. And so Kel's still straightening up because Kenan's room is a mess. But you hate cleaning or doing anything, really. And isn't starting a business a lot of work? Maybe this Kel dialogue isn't really spot on, but I don't know.
I ran into that problem myself. It's like Kel has to be like a joke machine.
Kind of.
So it's hard for there to be a conversation with two people. And Kel has to do some of the work in that conversation.
Right. I think it would work if he was wearing like an apron and had like a duster.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because he's just like he has this air of like inquisitive responsibility.
Yeah.
Kenan says, trying to figure out, well, he doesn't like cleaning. He doesn't want to clean, but he wants to start a cleaning company. And he goes, that's why you're going to do the cleaning, and I'm going to run the business. Now, why would I do that, Kel goes. Oh, well, I don't know, maybe all the orange soda you could ever drink. All the orange so. And Kel passes out. He actually falls onto his sleeping bag, and then Kenan tucks him in and puts his sleeping cap on. And then Kenan starts petting his head. And he says, that's it. My very own cleaning business. Whatever will we call it? Kenan and Kel's Cleaning Company. No, too long. I got it. Cleaning the smell. That's it. We're going to be rich. And I'll never go to work again. Cleaning the smell with Kenan and Kel.
Is that the name of your episode?
That is the name of the episode.
Cleaning the smell.
That's really... I came up with the name, and then I came up with the episode. So Kenan falls asleep kind of with these whimsical eyes of I'm gonna start my own business, and then there's a dream sequence of Kenan sitting at a pool, and he's rich, and he has all these cleaning people around him. The pool boy comes over and says, the pool's clean, Your Majesty. A team of women come and attractive young women, and they go, we cleaned the kitchen, Mr. Kenan. And he's like, oh, very well. And then Kel's a butler, and he kind of does the announcing thing. He goes, Mr. Rockmore, your chariot awaits. And then these horses pulling this chariot, and then Kel assists Kenan the servants come over and they kneel down. And then Kel assists Kenan to step on the servant's back and get into the chariot. And Kenan's rich. And he gets rich by stepping on people's backs. But that's the symbolic dream world. We don't want to talk about that. That's what I have so far. And then I have some more. So the next day, how are we doing so far? Good?
It's so far so good. The struggle that I've seen you've kind of walked yourself into is that now you have half an episode to do house sitter.
Oh no, it's better than that.
Okay, please go on.
I have it more developed than that. It's the next day. Kenan and Kel are approaching a stranger's door. It's one of those porch scenes. And they're wearing janitor's outfits and mustaches. And Kel goes, man, why do we got to wear these itchy mustaches? Because, man, nobody's going to hire kids to do their cleaning. We have to look like professionals. That's what it said in the article that I read or whatever. What it said on makemoney.com or whatever. Plus, my dad drives his way to work, so if he sees us, he's going to kick our butts, if you know what I'm saying. So they ring the doorbell to stranger's house. The doorbell opens. They have mop buckets and dusters. They just look ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I love the image of them with a mustache. We didn't get that in the main show, and SNL's proven that Kenan with a mustache is hilarious.
It's hilarious. So, I mean, even the mustache is going to make the episode.
I think it also makes sense that their janitor's outfits, have the logo on it already. That's the first thing Kenan did, branding.
Yes,
it has to say,
exactly.
Cleaning the smell.
Yep. Kenan and Kel with cleaning the smell. He does the cleaning. I do the smelling. And so that's kind of the shtick. It's Kel does the cleaning. Kenan just goes around and smells if things are clean.
And who's at the door? What did they say?
It's a woman, and he goes, "May we offer you some cleaning services?" And she says no and slams the door in their face. Kel says, "Well, that went well." Kenan goes, "That's okay. The article said you'll probably fail at the start. We just have to ring on some more doorbells." And so now there's a montage of doors slamming in their face.
I'm getting some very, you called me out on Drake and Josh, so I'm going to call you out on Chocolate with Nuts, SpongeBob episode.
I was writing this, and I'm like, this is very similar.
Yeah. You even said it, you even had the joke earlier. Entrepreneurs, is that going to hurt?
Yeah, that's definitely channeled here.
Although you beat them to it, so this technically will come out before it.
Exactly. Yes. Precisely. I mean, you beat Drake and Josh to it by years. So finally, I didn't develop this part, but somebody agrees, and so they pay, and then Cal does the cleaning. And Kenan is just kind of sitting there, like, making phone calls or something. He's, like, sitting on the couch, like, just hanging out, eating their snacks and stuff.
I gotta say, Aaron, this is a very expensive episode. Well, we got, like, a montage of houses. What, they were all a new set every time? You're lucky it's season 3.
All right, I wasn't talking. I was just the concepts here. We could definitely dial it back a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
There's a couple different ways this can go.
Okay.
I think what I want to do is they clean a couple houses, and they doesn't have to show it. They just like clean the one, and they cleaned houses, and Kel is exhausted, but Kenan is collecting his money, and Kenan wants to keep going because he's not really doing anything, but Kel is exhausted, and so Kenan's like, no, just one more house. So come on, just one more house. So they ring, and the person wants their house cleaned, so they go inside, and Kel goes, man, this is too much work. I quit. And Kitty goes, what? You can't quit. Like, what? Kel's like, he's like, what? Kenan says exactly what Chris said. What are you going to do for money? It's not like you can go get another job. And Kel goes, I think I'll just go work at Rigby's. I mean, your job's not that hard, and it's way less work than this. And so Kel just kind of walks away. And Kenan is stuck there in the house. And he just kind of, whatever. He has to, like, work really hard to clean. And something. So then I think what it is he breaks some. I don't know how this episode ends. Basically, does he break something in the house? Does he get trapped in the house? Does he get locked in the house and doesn't have his buddy there? Or does he finish the house and then go to Rigby's where Kel is working, and basically there's this whole like confrontation, but it ends in a happy way.
Yeah, it's a lot for a Kenan and Kel episode, let me tell you. There's a lot of emotional stakes here.
There are.
I think that Kenan has to get himself into a situation that like he needs Kel's help to get out of. Okay, I got Drake and Josh in the mind. I picture him like hanging from the gutter.
Yes.
like he went up to like grout it that because Kel was gonna do that. He's like, how hard can it be? And then he ends up like dangling there. It's like nighttime, and Kel says, well, I came back to get my like final receipt. What was it? My last paycheck. And he helps him down. Or it could be, I was thinking it could be something like Kel's so tired on the last house that he starts messing up in major ways.
Right. Or I think something he could do is he like puts orange soda in the bucket, or what happens is he's been using orange soda to clean the whole day, and so then people get really upset with them.
It's really sticky.
They're like walking down the road, and these people like show up.
Yeah, it could be that like they have to paint the fence and like mop the floors, and they mix up the bottles.
Right.
And they end up like painting the floors. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's really funny.
Yeah. Yeah, like he just keeps going forward. Like Kel like does like a lot before he realizes something's wrong.
Right. But yeah. Kel gets really tired, and then yeah.
You can narrow it down to a single room, or like maybe they just have to paint it. You know.
Right.
I like where you're coming from though, but there has to be some friction there. And, well, it also has to end ultimately with Kenan getting his job back, but it doesn't have to happen in the main episode. It can happen off camera.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's very corporate Kenan, right?
Yeah, corporate Kenan. Yeah, but I think Kel quits. He doesn't have to go get the job at Rigby's. That just might complicate things. I don't know. He goes to somebody important's house or something. I don't know.
He saved the biggest house for last.
Or it's like really dirty inside. And or yeah, but I like the paint. Again, I didn't really develop the ending, but I think Kenan trying to be an entrepreneur and then failing. I mean, if SpongeBob could do it in 11 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say they should paint like all the walls, but they got to drop a paint on like an important dollar bill on the wall.
Piece of memorabilia that's irreplaceable.
Like another SpongeBob episode.
What? No.
I see where you're coming from. Ultimately, Kenan's cleaning business goes bust in a hilarious way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cleaning the smell.
Clean the smells.
It's almost it's a little Hemingway-esque as well, because they're taking matters into their own hands. Kenan doesn't want to clean anymore. Yeah, it's a little untraditional, but I like the untraditional episodes, so that's why I went for it. But I think they have to get into a predicament of some sort. I think they have to probably get trapped in somebody's house, or they destroy a house. But that's house sitter.
It could be destroying a single room. It could be like, like doing just damage that they have to pay for. It's the same thing that you said before. It's like, what if like it parallels the beginning where Kenan's got a stack of money that he's earned that day, and then every time he breaks something, like he like throws a little bit more of it away,
right?
And he's left with like nothing at the end.
Yeah, or something breaks, and then there's a repair part, or he like finds out, well, it actually cost me this much money to, or like he walks into Rigby's the next day. Because they get like trapped in the house overnight or something, and then he just like crawls back into Rigby's, just like he crawled back into his room. And he's like, Chris, I'd like for him to Chris and to have a moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he'd be like, Chris, can I have my job
I'm sorry.
back? Yeah, I'm sorry, please.
This is a great job.
My daddy's gonna kick my butt.
Let me work again.
What you do is really difficult.
It ends like a Tuesday afternoon. To stay in school.
Yeah, something.
I didn't appreciate
what
I had, and all that stuff. So yeah, that real good. And it can just end with him like pleading on the floor. Like that's
that's a good ending too.
Okay, good episode premise. I really like it.
I was also thinking about calling Kenan Cleanin' and Kel Smell, and then kind of going with these alter egos. But that could have gone wrong as well.
Cleaning the smell is really catchy.
Yeah, or they could just go into one person's house and then they just get into a predicament.
Just the one single house that they get into all kinds of trouble.
Yeah, they just can't do it. Like
that's the other thing too. They're passing themselves off as professionals. Like, so what if they get like a professional grade job?
Right.
And they're like, oh, wait, we don't know how this really works.
Yeah.
I do think that there should be a scene of Kenan and Kel cleaning something together. Because that's comedy gold.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's what, there's so much room for them to be themselves in this episode with the slapstick and the, the activities and the cleaning and there's a whole lot. But then I also just like the struggle of Kenan like working and then having to come home and clean. Relatable.
Yeah. No, I see that too. And good theme, Aaron.
You too, Adam.
Thanks. I think it was we both had very Kenan-centric episodes.
That's true.
Yeah, which is fine. That's totally a valid episode format. I was very tempted to mix it up, and maybe we will for a future one. Like, I was curious what a Kyra episode might be like. Or if we could do another Chris one, since he only has, like, Oh Brother. I
would love to do that, yeah. Or even a Kel episode, because this one was Kenan, pretty much.
But we've got some other right episode formats and things to explore, so I think we'll get into that in the future of our show. And if you, like Aaron said earlier, have your own idea for a Kenan Kel episode, please send it our way at Kenan Kel Podcast on Twitter or KenanKelPodcast@gmail.com. I'd love to read through someone else's and like and have our insights and riff like the Kenan Kel show never ends,
That would be wonderful. yeah, maybe we can make a whole nother season.
If you didn't like our episode, then it's a tough gig. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I didn't even finish.
Yeah.
Adam's was like 17 minutes. It's hard to do. And,
It is.
And also the other thing is, writers usually work in a room with other writers, right? There's usually some sort of collaboration that happens. And I think if we collaborated on these episodes, maybe what we could do in the future is we could just have one episode, and we don't really. Maybe we have some ideas, or maybe we just write the episode as we go.
Yeah, I like that idea because in the back half of your episode, it was just a lot of us back and forth coming up with things that like work and were really good.
Yeah,
but I think painting the floor.
An episode that we could write together would be infinitely better than an episode that we write by ourselves. You know what I mean?
All right. Yeah, no, I'm with you. So I'll put that in the docket. Before we go, would you like a quick Fantacam?
I would love one.
This message is from Alex Malone at Malone Chain. He sent us a picture of a cat with its head in a metal fence. And he said, at Kenan Thompson, this is like when you got your head stuck on the way to the Timid Bride. I love the name drop of the Timid Bride.
Of the movie.
Yeah, because it doesn't sound like an episode of Kenan. It just sounds like something that happened in his life.
The Timid Bride.
Thank you all for joining us for this episode of Kenan and Kel with Adam and Aaron. Next time, we'll be doing another top 10 list. This time, it's going to be top 10 Chris moments.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, where we talk about our favorite Rigby's grocery store manager. And his shining moments throughout the series.
Maybe our favorite manager of all time.
Yeah, we can. I also want us to do a little psyche evaluation. Let's talk about what makes Chris work, and like why we enjoy him so much.
Yes, I can't wait to dive into the wild world of Chris and his witch mother, and his upbringing and his brother. And we're gonna do a total Chris episode. I love it.
Yeah. Everybody talks about Chris.
Until next time, everybody. Thanks for your episode, Adam.
Thank you for your episode, Aaron.
And until we hear from you and your episodes, we will sign off and say, "Aw, here it goes."
Thank you for listening. You can send us an email at KenanKelPodcast@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail at anchor.fm/KenanKelPodcast. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all at Kenan Kel Podcast.